Hey folks, today I'm going to break down exactly what Mac I would buy these days, and we're going to go over both desktop and laptop solutions. That's coming up next on Tech Talk America. Hey folks, David Cox here with Tech Talk America. I wanted to make a video on today's topic because frankly, I have a ton of clients who have these older Intel machines that are all starting to fail. They're all starting to get that spinning rainbow pinwheel of death all the time. And they're starting to realize it's time to upgrade to one of the newer models. Now, I have to tell you, sometimes when there's changes in technology, sometimes it's a little step and sometimes it's a giant leap and bound. When Apple ditched Intel and went with making their own chips, that was a major leap and bound. So right now is a really good time to buy a new computer. So let's go over what would I buy. And I think actually the first place I need to start with is what wouldn't I buy. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, I would not buy an iMac. It has been over 800 days since Apple released the latest version of the iMac. And frankly, when you look at the history of how long it normally takes them to release a new iMac, it's never ever been this long. Your best bet, if you're looking for a desktop experience, in my humble opinion, is to get a Mac Mini. Now you can get the M2, that's the latest version. And if you want to save yourself a little bit of money, for those of you who are in the United States, if you go to Costco is many times the best way to get an Apple computer these days. One of the things that I like to remind people is if you're going to be getting a Mac Mini, of course you're going to be getting a monitor, and it might be good to prioritize monitors that have a built-in webcam. Now, a lot of people ask me, David, should I buy the Apple display? I have to be honest with you guys, I did, and I kind of regret it. You can get a really great monitor for a hell of a lot less money. Now, the three brands that I tend to recommend to people when it comes to monitors are LG, Samsung, and this last one will shock you, Dell. Yes, I know it's shocking, but Dell actually makes really amazing monitors. Here's another thing to think about. I want you to think about your workspace, where you would have this monitor in front of you. If you have a light source behind you that's going to be potentially casting reflections on the screen, you might want to consider going with something like a curved display. And specifically, I really like curved displays that have a matte finish. So not glossy, but that matte finish. And this is where it's really good to buy these displays in a store. So if you have something like a Best Buy or a Target or a Walmart, I recommend that you go physically to the store for buying the monitor. Now, one of the other things you need to think about, of course, if you're getting a Mac Mini, is it does not come with a keyboard or mouse. Now, there's a lot to be said for the Apple keyboard, especially the fact that it's got a built-in fingerprint sensor, and so you can use that when you need to open up a certain setting or change a setting, or if you need to submit a password, you can use that fingerprint sensor and it will submit the information for you. So that's a big, big plus for the Apple keyboard. If you decide not to go with that, I thought I would show you what I use. I've never really shared this, but I have actually severe tendonitis in this hand. For me, a big part of the problem was the fact that I, for years, was using the Magic trackpad. And it's a great device. Unfortunately, it does come at a price, or at least it came at a price for me. So the solution that I've gone to for now, it's still not perfect, but it's definitely better. So this is made by the company Kensington. And so this is one of these mice where the mouse stays still, but it's got this trackball, and then it's got programmable buttons that I can use. And so I just like it that my arm isn't constantly doing this. I'm a big fan of Logitech keyboards. I think they make so many great products. This is the one that I use. It's a split keyboard. Again, I'll put a link to this if you're interested in this kind of thing down below in the video description, but it's been pretty helpful for me. And it's just a very relaxed position. Now, if you're looking for a laptop experience, I have to tell you, I've owned both the MacBook Air as well as the MacBook Pro. And the one that I have always loved is the MacBook Air. And Apple just released a brand new 15-inch MacBook Air. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. And if you are looking for a laptop experience, that's the one to go with. Once again, many times you can save a little bit by buying your Mac through wholesalers like Costco. Another option worthy of exploring is B&H. Their website is bhphotovideo.com, and if you ever go to New York City, be sure to visit their store. It's a hoot. Here's another thing I always like to tell people who are thinking about getting a laptop. I realize a lot of people these days want to put a webcam cover over that little webcam at the top center. When you go to buy one of those devices, make sure you buy one that is the absolute thinnest amount possible. Keep in mind, I used to manage an Apple computers dealership. One of the reasons why a lot of people crack the screen on their laptop is they go and they shut the lid too fast, and that little bit of extra density creates a pressure point, and it creates a crack that goes right down the center of the screen. Keep in mind, if you ever need help with your Mac, you can book a 1-hour session with me on my website at techtalkamerica.com. I hope this video helped you, and if you don't mind, take a second and let me know in the comments section what Apple computer did you decide to buy. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is David A. Cox with Tech Talk America. Class dismissed.